Live,
Oh.
live.
Hello, everyone.
Hi.
Welcome to the show.
I went straight in
What?
this time.
Oh, no commercials.
No commercials.
Are we live?
Yep. Live,
Oh.
live.
Hello, everyone.
We're live on YouTube
Are
anyway.
we? We're not live on Twitch.
Well, it's working on it. I see us live on Twitch.
Oh, there we go.
Excellent.
Okay.
Sorry, folks.
Should
Went
we
live a
yell?
little.
Should we yell at the things?
Yeah, I am right now.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Welcome to the show.
Just fixing up a few things here before we start chatting.
Nobody's here anyway.
I know. That's kind of why I went.
Car Bob is.
Hello, Carbob.
Sorry for calling you out, Car Bob. Welcome to the show. Hey, this is the Unnamed Game Show.
We don't have a name.
Well, it does. It's the Unnamed Game Show. That's its name.
It's spelled wrong too. It's great.
It's like the horse with no name, but that's its name. You know?
Yes. I know, Jake. It's brilliant.
It's
or
a quest
not.
in
I'm
World
not
of
sure.
Warcraft.
All right. We have a tweet out in the wild, and I will retweet this tweet.
Well, welcome to the show. For those who don't know, this is the show where we talk about video juegos, interactive media and
media.
entertainment.
Yes, yeah, absolutely, but not Star Citizen.
No, specifically not Star Citizen.
Ever, except when we have to.
Yeah.
And not with Jake on.
Yeah, definitely not with me.
Welcome, game industry professional Jake Bradley.
Yes, I guess that's me now. Hello, everybody. Yeah. So again, we talk about video games, specifically not Star Citizen. These fine lads at Relay, which is not me anymore. Have a show on Saturday where they do talk about Star Citizen, but that is not this show. This show is about all the other wonderful games in our lives, which we're starting to like get into like a drought. I saw
drought of what?
Of video games. Stuff's not coming out, man.
Oh, I know they're delaying everything now. There's all the stuff that was like almost done when COVID started, and it kind of came out, and then there's just nothing else.
Yeah, all the stuff that was in like mid-production.
Yeah,
and they're like, oh yeah, totally. Holiday 2021, it's happening.
There's gonna be this thing that happens like a year and a half after COVID finally goes away, where just nothing's gonna happen for 6 months.
And then but then all of the games,
and then everything will happen. Yeah. All right. Well, we've now properly announced everywhere. Apologies for the carryover there.
Oh, I mean, that's fine.
And
but yeah, we what have you been playing, Eric? Because all my games are garbage.
So I played a few things this week, but really I wanted to mostly just give a huge shout out to Loop Hero, which remains an incredible game. Obviously we called it out during the Steam. What is it? The game.
It's not Game Fest. Is it?
Yeah, it
festival?
is. It's a game festival. Yeah, it's a game festival. It's where they do all of the demos.
Because there's the one that Jeff Keelis does.
No, that's not the. No, that's the.
But I don't even know if he's doing it this year.
Who knows?
Who knows?
But it is the Steam Games Festival.
I do know that he is hosting the Gamescom show.
Ooh, that's good. He's
not the video game awards. That's in December. But last year he did like a summer game thing.
Jeff Keighley is like Daddy Gaming or something.
Dude,
He's everywhere.
Honestly, I'm gonna say, and I have a very good job right now, a very good one. If I could have any job, period, full stop, it would be Jeff Keighley's jobs. All of his jobs.
Just
That
talk
man
about games.
exists to pimp video games.
Yep,
And that sounds great.
it does sound great.
That sounds great.
So I played Loop Hero. Loop Hero is out now, and it's actually, last I looked, it was on sale. That's one of the reasons I bought it. The other being that it's really good.
Huh.
And we first called it out at the Steam Game Festival because we all played it and it was excellent.
It's the chillest roguelike.
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
It's this cool thing. Your character goes around and the same path over and over.
Yeah.
But you don't directly control your character. You would just control what equipment he has, and
Yeah.
and also when to bail out of battle and run away. And then when you leave the loop, you go to your base camp, which you can build up and you can meet new people, and there's a whole story behind it. It's really cool.
Well, there you go, Sargarath. It's made for you.
But yeah, I heartily endorse that game. It's not very expensive and it's a lot of fun. You'll get lots of hours out of it, which is an incredible deal because I think the game's only $15 or $20 Canadian, which means it's 10 or 15 US. All right, game industry professional Jake Bradley, what have you been playing?
Yeah, Kingdom Hearts 2. Kingdom Hearts 358 over 2 days, and Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep. The esteemed Dolvac of Dolvac fame.
Is Dolvac esteemed?
Yes, yeah, I think so.
I mean,
At this
he should
point,
be.
He has to be.
He should be.
Yeah. I convinced him to catch up on the story of Kingdom Hearts and to play Kingdom Hearts 3. In exchange, I'm going to play Death Stranding.
I hope that works out well for you.
Yeah.
You can give me an official recommendation of whether or not I should play it.
It's already worth it. But so we've been making our way through. We finished in the last 2 weeks. We had started Kingdom Hearts 2 ages and ages ago. It's a long game. If you watch the cutscene movie on YouTube, it's 13 and a half hours.
Oh my, just the cutscenes?
Just cutscenes.
Holy shit.
It's a 50 to 60 hour game.
That's insane.
But yeah, 14 hours of cutscenes.
Like a 14-hour movie.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Whole series of a TV show.
And when we got to the Xemnas fight, and I tweeted this, but it made it all worth it down to this. We got to the Xemnas fight, which is the last boss, and that is probably my favorite boss fight of all time. Period. It's incredible. It brings the whole game full circle. They tell story elements through the actual fight itself. It's amazing.
Which is your favorite part of games? It's
my favorite thing in video games ever. When it started and Dolvac realized what was happening, the words verbatim out of his mouth were, I will be the first to admit this is freaking dope. And I was like, worth it. I'm going to use the joke I made on Twitter, and I'm sorry for people who follow me on Twitter. Another soul has been made simple and clean.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's
and
awesome.
then we watched 358 over 2 days, which wins the award for both the dumbest name for a video game of all time and also the saddest video game of all time.
Oh, nice. That's helpful.
I forgot how sad that game is. It's very sad. But that one's pretty short. In fact,
sadder than Last of Us?
See, The Last of Us is more like devastating. Like it's not like sad.
It's just like crushes your soul.
It's more like your soul has been carved into small pieces, you know?
Oh man, the game deserved every accolade.
Yeah, sad is not the word I would use for The Last of Us Part 2.
That's fair. I wonder if they're gonna be able to encapsulate that in the movie.
But yeah, 358 over 2 days. Great game. It's a very unique way to tell a story in that it's told out of order, but they tell you what day it is. Like they say this is day 256 or whatever, and the whole game takes place over the course of a year. And so when it jumps around, it kind of like you're like, okay, like you're in the context of what time it is, and then it all comes together at the end. It's very, very cool. And it sets up, it kind of provides new context to Kingdom Hearts 2 that a lot of people definitely missed. So but that being said, the game is actually unnecessary to play, even by Square Enix. So Square Enix in the collection just turned it into a giant movie, like a 3-hour movie.
Like, screw it, we'll just remove the gameplay.
They did, yeah. No, they did. Well, it's because they didn't have the budget to redo it like they did for Chain of Memories. So they, and a lot of the in-game storytelling was text only. Oh, okay. So they took the cutscenes and then they summarized the text only parts. So it makes sense when you see it, but yeah. And then we started Birth by Sleep, which is a prequel to all of Kingdom Hearts. So like it's before Kingdom Hearts 1. And it introduces my favorite character out of all of them, which is Aqua. Okay. And that game is cool because the kind of like the wise old master character is played by Mark Hamill. Nice. And the main antagonist is played by Leonard Nimoy. So,
oh wow, that's cool.
Luke Skywalker versus Spock in an epic Disney battle.
Awesome.
Yeah. Mark Hamill still voices Ericus to this day. He voiced him in the DLC for Kingdom Hearts 3. So,
that's awesome.
Yeah. Squadron 42, everybody been like, oh, they got all the big name actors. Kingdom Hearts, yo. Been doing it since 2003.
I'm still gonna say Squadron 42 as all big name actors.
Dude, they got all the original Disney casts for every
never
game.
Mind.
Yeah.
They must.
Robin Williams is in Kingdom Hearts 1, for example.
God. I guess they do carry a big stick.
Yeah, in Kingdom Hearts 3, like they got Idina Menzel and Kristen Bell and like
holy Christ,
Mandy Moore, Zach Levy, like all the people who played the modern Disney characters. They got them all. The only people they didn't get is any of the Toy Story actors. So it's very jarring. The rest of the game. The rest of the game is like 1-to-1. That's what the characters sound like in the movies, except for the Toy Story level where none of them sound like the character.
It's an alternate universe.
It's very funny to me.
They should put on an alternate cut of Toy Story that has the actors from the game and just like totally freak out.
That would be very funny. That would be very funny. But yeah, so that's what I've been doing, and I've just been playing Apex really. I'm in kind of a lull of video games right now. I have a lot that I could play, but I need to commit to one and start playing it. Because man, I
feel
like
that.
after I finished 13 Sentinels, it had just been like back to back to back to back, like 10 out of 10 insane experiences. So like it was like 13 Sentinels, Spider-Man Miles Morales, Cyberpunk 2077. Like even though it was like different genres, it was still like
Just
incredible.
Yeah.
Like some of the best games I've ever played, and now like I'm looking at my backlog and nothing sounds good. So yeah, I haven't played much.
Yeah.
Kingdom Hearts is filling that void. Oh, I'm gonna announce it right here. I am possibly starting next week, probably after the roadmap publish on the 7th, but
Sounds about right.
at some point in the near future, I am going to stream Kingdom Hearts all the way through.
That's yes. Okay. Yes.
From Kingdom Hearts 1 to Kingdom Hearts Melody of Memory, all the way through.
That would be awesome. You definitely should do that.
It is 11 games.
11
not all at
games?
once. I would die. If it was all at once, I would literally evaporate.
Yes.
No, I think a good cadence for me is I definitely want to stream like once a week. So, yeah.
But
keep an eye out for that.
That's
I'm going to do the same thing.
That's going to take you a few playthrough, or a few sessions. Yeah.
Oh yeah. No, so I've decided to do it with 2 game series. I'm going to alternate.
Oh, nice.
I'm going to do it with so that way I don't like literally go insane. I'm going to do it with Kingdom Hearts, and by the time I finish the first Kingdom Hearts, the Mass Effect Remaster collection will be out.
Perfect.
I'm gonna do the same thing with Mass Effect.
Yeah, I'm gonna play all of Mass Effect in the
Oh no, Sargrath, I've played every game in the series at least once. Most of them I've played twice. I understand. I understand. Trust me.
Well, that's pretty awesome.
Oh, going nuts. Yeah. It's mostly just to keep things fresh. Because I also want to replay Mass Effect.
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah. So Kingdom Hearts on PC comes out on the 30th. So a week from now. And then Mass Effect Remaster comes out, I think, the second week of May. So yeah.
Perfect.
I figure I've always wanted to stream Kingdom Hearts, by the way, like since I can remember. But I don't have a capture card, and that would be the only thing I buy it for. And I'm like, yeah. So,
all right.
Now it's on PC, and it doesn't matter. So
now we're gonna move into segment 2. One game you want.
To go into literally what I just was talking about, I wrote down anything new ? I need a new game to play. I'm looking forward to Returnal quite a bit though.
I hope the game is better than the title.
It looks really good.
It does look really good.
It looks like horror Risk of Rain 2.
It looks great. I'm really concerned about the title though.
Yeah. Listen. There's a lot of games that should have better titles than they do.
That's a good point. It's a good point.
Katamari Damacy.
So for this, I put a bit of a hint to something I'm going to talk about later.
Untitled Goose Game.
That's an amazing title.
Okay.
It evokes your curiosity.
Sure.
What could an Untitled Goose Game possibly be?
What could it be?
For mine, game that I want to play is kind of a hint to something we're going to talk about later, and that is Starfield. And I'm also going to bring up another Game Pass game, Avowed by Obsidian.
Oh yeah, I mean that goes without saying. That game just is going to be good.
Yeah, pretty much. Guaranteed. Locked
If the
in.
gameplay is not good, it will be worth it for the storytelling alone.
Yep. All right, so let's jump into our main segment, which
Much like their ARPGs.
So, I David typed these out. So this one's called the Thorth segment.
Thorth.
Hey, look, guys, news.
Oh, I hate it. Oh, I hate it.
So, this one's a bit of a rumor, but there are a bunch of rumors to talk about this week, so whatever. Apparently, Microsoft is in talks to possibly buy Discord for $10 billion.
I have some more information about that.
The article that cited this also said that they are actually more likely to go public than to be bought by Microsoft.
So in order to drum up interest for their very likely IPO, they're offering themselves to be purchased for sums of money. Because who knows? Some giant company might offer them enough money to where they're like, that sounds good.
I was thinking about this with Microsoft. It would be, I don't know if they're going to bother, but they could do it, and it would be, I know there'd be some people upset by it, but man, they could make amazing use of Discord.
More upset than if Epic or Amazon bought it?
No. I think if
bidding.
I think if Microsoft buys Discord and folds it into the Xbox division, they could make out like bandits.
All I want more than anything is if Microsoft buys them, they just graft Discord's technology onto Teams.
It would instantly make
Teams better.
It would instantly make Skype and Teams better.
Take it from me. Who now has to use Teams.
Teams is
all
horrible.
Day, every day.
Garbage software.
Bad. I hate it. Sometimes I don't get notifications for 7 hours.
What? Well,
I'll get the message. So if I actually go and look at chat, they'll be there. But the system telling me that I was sent a message, nah.
Jesus Christ. That's helpful.
It's terrible. I hate Teams.
Any other thoughts on this?
Of the three options, of the three people who are rumored to be bidding on this, Microsoft is the best option by far.
Yes, by a landslide.
And people are like, "Oh, Microsoft killed Skype." It's like, dude, Skype was on its way out well before Microsoft bought them.
Yeah, Microsoft.
And
bought
also, how can you look at anything Microsoft has done in the last decade and say that them acquiring a company like Discord would be bad?
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand it.
Especially if it's in the gaming side of the company. They've been doing extremely well.
Now, if it's Amazon, Discord is doomed. Time to make that gilded server, I guess.
Yeah. Then she goes down with the ship.
Yep.
We wait for another chat platform to arise out of the ashes.
Yeah. They would just rebrand Discord to be Twitch chat.
Yep. 100%.
I love you, Twitch chat, like the people in our chat, but gross.
So there's a game announced from Square Enix called Forspoken. I watched the trailer for that. Looked kind of interesting.
We saw a trailer for it last year.
Oh, did we?
Because it was formerly called Project Athia.
Oh, right. It changed. Yeah. Okay.
Which I think we saw it at the Game Awards.
Project Athia.
Project Athia. It looks really cool. I gotta say, I love magic in modern times. It's one of my favorite things.
Mm-hmm.
So it's exciting.
Looks like it was announced June 11th of 2020.
So it was during Square's E3
Yeah,
thing.
during
That wasn't
the
actually
non-existent
E3.
thing. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It looks really interesting. And I don't know much about it, but it's actually supposed to be released pretty soon.
Yeah.
They're targeting January of 2022.
Oh, that's not bad.
That's only like 9 months from now. 10
Oh.
months from now. And it will be released for anybody who doesn't own a PlayStation. It will be released on PC. Apparently simultaneously with PlayStation. So big thumbs up there.
That's cool. Yeah.
And yeah, I just thought it looked cool. Go and take a look.
It looks very cool. Highly recommend. Just Google Forspoken, like Forsaken, but Forspoken.
Forspoken, like this.
Yeah. Looks extremely cool.
So you have one in here, Jake.
Yeah. So this is actually very interesting because there's a lot of weirdness around it. A new Life is Strange game was announced. There's a lot of interesting things about it. Number one, this is the first ever Life is Strange game to be released all at once. It is not an episodic game.
I like that.
Number two, they are remastering Life is Strange 1 and Before the Storm. And if you you can buy them separately, but also if you buy the Ultimate Edition of Life is Strange True Colors, which is the new one, they're included.
Excellent.
Which I actually took a look. Green Man Gaming has the Ultimate Edition for True Colors at $70. That is a steal for 10 extra bucks. You get an extra piece of bonus story for the new game, a bunch of costumes and random bits and bobs, and also the 2 original games remastered. That's absolutely worth.
I can tell if anybody here hasn't played, or anybody watching this hasn't played the original one, excellent game.
So
flat out excellent game. It will make you cry though.
The genre that those games are in are technically point and click adventures.
I suppose so.
3D. Because you're just in control of your character.
Mm-hmm.
The closest modern equivalent to Life is Strange is Telltale's games, like The Walking Dead or The Wolf Among Us. Except I think Life is Strange is far better executed than those games.
Some
but
neat
yeah,
little gameplay mechanics in there too.
Yeah, for sure. And each game is slightly different in that way. So they kind of shake it up every time. The interesting thing is, and I did some digging. Don't Nod, the developer of the original Life is Strange and also Life is Strange 2. And they've also made like Vampire, Twin Mirror. Those are all theirs.
Mm-hmm.
They are not making this game.
Okay.
Deck 9 is making this game. Deck 9 is the company who made Life is Strange Before the Storm.
Okay.
Which I actually hold in an even higher regard than the original Life is Strange, believe it or not. I think it's a much better story, but I think it doesn't like it wouldn't hit as hard unless you played the first one. Because it's all about Rachel. They are the ones making the new game. And then I looked into it. Square Enix owns the Life is Strange IP. And Don't Nod no longer has a relationship with Square Enix.
Oh, well, that would do it.
Yeah.
Then They got divorced.
Yeah, they did. From their own IP, I guess. To be fair,
Interesting.
Life is Strange 2, I was not a huge fan of.
What didn't you like about it? Because I'm curious. I haven't played it yet.
it had some cheap shots in it. It's like, here's thing, be sad, you know?
Ah.
And it didn't earn it.
Didn't draw you into the story enough to
Yeah.
try and trigger that kind of.
Yeah. It's like everything with Chloe's dad in the first game is super earned by the time all of that happens.
Mm-hmm.
And everything that goes on with like Max and Chloe really is earned by the time it happens. And Life is Strange 2 I did not do that as much and definitely took shortcuts in a lot of ways.
Yeah,
in terms of its storytelling. Oh, you know what? I'm saying the word storytelling. I forgot to say the joke that I wanted to about Kingdom Hearts. Okay, you ready? Here's the second time I'm bringing up Star Citizen tonight. Okay, you ready? Kingdom Hearts. So, you know, Star Citizen, most ambitious video game of all time. Technology, state of the art, fidelity, immersion, bespoke. You know. What if you took all of that ambition that's spread across the entire game, right? Take it all out of the game. And then apply the same level of ambition, like wide swath, and just hyper focus it onto the story.
Oh my. And
that's Kingdom Hearts.
That's Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Because they expect you to have played the mobile game to understand a major story beat in Kingdom Hearts 3.
Cheeky bastards.
Yeah. That's all I wanted to say.
All right.
But yeah, there's some weird stuff going on with Life is Strange, but Deck 9 made an absolutely beautiful game in Before the Storm, so I'm optimistic.
Yeah, benefit of the doubt.
Because play Before the Storm, dear God. Oh, what a game. What a game. That's it. That's all I want to say.
Very interesting rumor this week that Starfield is coming out this year.
Weird.
And apparently they're planning to do similar to, I guess, what Fallout 4 did, which is announce the game at E3. And
right before it's coming out,
fully present the game at E3 in all its glory, and then bring it out at the end of 2021. I did not see that coming.
Bethesda did not have a conference last year, did they?
I don't think so. No, because they unveiled Starfield and Elder Scrolls the year before.
Right. Okay. All right.
So yeah, this is a rumor that's out in the wild this week.
Bethesda. I'm looking at you. Bethesda. I've had my beef with your games. Specifically the last 3 of your games. I don't know what happened. I love Elder Scrolls. I love Fallout very dearly. Fallout 3, masterpiece. Oblivion, masterpiece. Morrowind, maybe one of the most influential games of all time.
Oh god, this game is amazing.
Skyrim started to feel like you watered down my drink a little bit.
I like it.
Fallout New Vegas was not made by you.
Nope.
And Fallout 4 was fine. It's like a 6 out of 10. And man, you could have got me good. You told me Fallout 4 was in Boston?
Right?
Come on.
They
That's where
watered
I'm
down
from.
they watered down the story too much.
Yeah. So listen to me. Hello, I'm wearing a I never went to space camp, but I'm jealous of the people who did shirt right now.
Mm-hmm.
I like space a lot. Yeah, wicked pissy. You pack your car and Harvard Yard, Sargrath. Uh I cannot tell you. Like, if you were to tell me in 2008, peak Bethesda time,
Yep.
when Fallout 3 was out,
Oh, that game was so good.
that they were making a space game, there would be no other game I would be more excited for. But Bethesda, you've burned me. And man, I want your game to be good.
Mm-hmm.
There's there's nothing I want more in my life than for your space game to be very good. Great even. I'm just not going to get my hopes up.
Not gonna get hyped yet?
No.
No.
I'm going to play it because Microsoft's going to give it to me for free.
Yep, they are indeed. You're gonna have it anyway. No dollars.
I'm telling you. Please.
So,
And man, you know me. I get hyped about stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just hard for me to get hyped.
I know. Well, we'd have to see, and I think it might happen, but they're really gonna have to blow our socks off at E3.
Yeah.
Yep.
They will.
It's I'm very curious. See, here's where my curiosity comes in. When's the last time Bethesda? What's the last time Bethesda Game Studios made a new IP game?
Elder Scrolls.
So, well, yeah, I guess so. And then
Fallout was an IP they purchased.
They bought Fallout.
Yep.
So they haven't really made a new IP game like from scratch in like the last 25 or 30
25 years.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm very curious to see what this game is going to be.
Me too. Me too.
So even though
I'm very intrigued.
I'm not hyped, and I am a little pessimistic about whether it's going to be good enough, I'm still going to follow it very closely because I'll be interested in what they do.
Yep, for sure.
I am pretty unhappy with their decision not to change engines. I think that starting a new series and a new IP with that same engine again is just like shooting
crazy to me.
Just shooting yourself in the face. I am actually that's one thing I'm actually quite hopeful about with the Microsoft. This is one where I want Microsoft to intervene. I want them to be like, no.
Yep.
On that token, one of the things I did like that Microsoft said when they took over Bethesda was that they did want the id Tech engine to be used in more games because it is so good.
Yeah.
And runs so well.
Yep.
So yeah, I'm very curious about it. I was very surprised to hear that piece of news. It may not be true. It is a rumor, but it was a game journalist who brought that out. So we'll see.
Yeah. Listen, Microsoft, you now own Machine Games. I need Wolfenstein 3. I need it. I need it so badly. I need it. Wolfenstein, I don't even remember what their actual the second new one.
The second new one.
I have never been so like my expectations were so. Saying that they were low is a very like. It's not correct. All I know is that my expectations were shattered by that game. Do you want to see Adolf Hitler pee on the floor? I'm going to follow that up with, do you want to see him pee on the floor on Venus? Like the planet.
Okay. What the hell?
Oh. No, Sargrath. No. No. Machine Games needs to make it.
Yes, I'll agree with that.
But I'm telling you. And see, I can say those things. It can't spoil this game. This game is ludicrous. Play that game.
Will do.
Play the last two Wolfenstein games. Are they on Game Pass?
The Wolfenstein ones?
Yeah. It gotta be, right?
I can look pretty quickly. Or 20 games that came across with Bethesda, so
Bethesda
right away.
Softworks. Old Blood, yeah. That's a DLC. Yeah, New Order and what's the other one? Is it Old Blood? No, Old Blood's DLC?
Yep. Looks like New Order, Young Blood, Old Blood are all on there right now.
What's the first one called?
The first what?
Machine Games Wolfenstein.
Did you mean New Colossus? Or
Yeah, New Colossus. Where's that?
It is not on Game Pass yet.
What?
Not yet.
Okay, well, you can play the first one, which is New Order. That's a great game. The second one was just unbelievable.
And I mean, I'm certain it will be, but there's all those
yeah.
weird things they have to work out with some games that have certain permissions.
Yeah.
and-
Well, it was like how the entire MCU and all of the Star Wars movies were not on Disney Plus day one. It's because they had outstanding contracts and things.
All right. So, there's a whole bunch of new games coming to Game Pass that I thought people should be aware of.
Like Wolfenstein. Also, real quick, I want to say Wolfenstein is what people from Texas should actually be doing about the Nazis. I'm going to say that right now.
So I'm going to give away one of the things we're going to talk about later. Actually, let's just talk about this now.
What?
Because there's
Dragon
almost
Age?
nothing to say about it. There is a piece of concept art for Dragon Age 4 that came out. It is up on screen right now.
I'm in. I'm so in for this.
Yeah. Yeah, you're gonna give them the benefit of the doubt?
Yes.
Yeah, me too.
Because it's a huge tonal shift. And that sounds awesome. No, I've said this before. This is the last benefit of the doubt I'm giving to BioWare.
Yeah.
This is it. I'm going to play this game.
Yeah.
This is it.
It better be good. So the other piece of news we got alongside this concept art is that we found out what happened to the Anthem team after Anthem was thrown in the Garbaggio. The Anthem team has been folded directly into the Dragon Age 4 team.
It's not all of them. Some of them have moved to, because the new Mass Effect is just starting production now. Some of them moved over there.
Oh, okay.
Not as many.
Okay.
Not as many. Not even close to being as many.
And but yeah, I mean, Dragon Age has 2 really good games under its belt. One being better than the other, but
Carbide Edge, so. I would agree with you. If we were talking about EA like 6 or 7 years ago.
Yeah, they're doing a little better these days.
Yeah, they have a little company under their belts called Respawn Entertainment, and I am firmly of the opinion after they have released 4 games that they cannot make bad games.
Yeah, they're
So,
not bad, eh?
yeah,
Um,
in multiple genres they have released games,
Apex is
and
like
I don't think they can make bad ones.
Apex is probably one of the best shooters I've ever played, and it's free.
It might be the best shooter I've ever played.
Um,
And then they gave me Star Wars Dark Souls. Come on.
so
How did I not even think of that? I keep being like RPG, clearly. Give me RPG, top down RPG. Give me a shooter. And then they're like, "What about Dark Souls?" And I'm like,
that's an option.
"Oh,
So
what a game."
I'm very curious about Dragon Age 4. I loved 1 and 3. Obviously, Dragon Age Origins is a legend in the.
Yeah.
And Inquisition was one of those games that probably shouldn't have been good, but was.
Somehow it was.
It pulled it out.
Somehow it was. They got some crazy story beats in there, man.
Yep, absolutely. They kind of got me with you get your own castle. So
Yeah.
but no, it was a good game. But that's, probably the last good game that BioWare made. So we'll see.
Yes.
We'll see how it goes.
Andromeda is the opposite. It was almost good.
It's reaching for the cliff and then falls on its face.
Yeah. And I say this every time I talk about Andromeda because I need to say it.
Mm-hmm.
The animations were fixed almost immediately.
Mm-hmm.
Like everybody's problems
That wasn't
with
well, yeah, but that wasn't
looks.
your problem with it. You never complained about that. You
No.
complained about the story.
Yeah. No, and see, my problem with the story is that it literally needed an act 3. If it had 15 more hours of game, it would have been really good because it literally they started to pull the curtain back on like a Reaper like twist to the whole thing like they did in the first game. I'm like, oh man, are they doing it again? But not like the same thing, but like a similar type of reveal. Like the world you've been interacting with is way smaller than what's actually going on. And then the game just ends.
Fuck. Not helpful.
Credits roll. You saved the day. Yeah.
All right, so I just wanted to quickly show you the games that are out on Game Pass now. So this is above and beyond all the Bethesda stuff. That was like a couple weeks
and
ago.
And also EA.
Oh shit, and also 70 games from EA. EA Play is now available. Is now available on PC.
To be fair, a lot of those games are sports games.
Yeah, that's awesome. Sports games are barely available on PC.
But it's FIFA though.
Yeah, FIFA, exactly. Literally the most popular video game in the world.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, Outriders coming to PC day and date, or not PC actually. Phones and Xbox.
Mm-hmm.
I'll play that game on my phone. Undertale, man, if you have not played Undertale, what is happening? What is wrong with you? Change that. It's hard. Fair warning. Star Wars Squadrons,
Nier Automata.
Nier Automata coming out just in time for the new one.
Mm-hmm. And Octopath Traveler, which is an interesting one because one of the reasons I haven't played that game is it's always been extremely expensive, like more expensive than a brand new game expensive.
Yeah.
So I will play that now.
Carbide, that is very cool. I like that you're going to do this, but we can't talk about Star Citizen on this show. I'm sorry. So, not that we don't want to, then we can't. We can't.
Bard.
Italics, bold underline. Sargrath, no, I don't think so. But yeah, speaking of Obsidian games, Pillars of Eternity 2, Dead Fire, very
Fire is
good
on
game. But yeah, there's a new Nier Automata. Or actually, no, it's a remake of the original. Coming out. The remake was already released in Japan, I think, and it's coming to the States.
But yeah, just a ridiculous expansion of Game Pass recently for PC.
Like 100 games.
Like because EA Play came in, and also Bethesda, and also all these games, there's just an enormous amount of stuff on there right now.
The only thing you need to do for the EA games is you have to download their new launcher.
Yep.
But that's it.
That's all.
EA Play also, if you're a Game Pass Ultimate subscriber, you also get the demos of new stuff.
Yeah, you get, and it's
like
not you get 10 hours to play.
Yeah, I say demo. It's 10 hours of the full game.
Mm-hmm.
So
not bad.
Which is pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, the other thing that's on, I have to admit, I have not gotten into these games, even though I've intended to for years. But I know a lot of people really love them. The other thing that came with Bethesda is Dishonored 1 and 2.
Yes. Oh my God, play those games.
Yeah.
But the game that you specifically, Eric, should play from Arcane Studios that came to Game Pass is Prey.
Yes, I need to play Prey.
That game is just a new System Shock game. They just made a new one.
Excellent.
It's not called System Shock. It has nothing to do with System Shock.
But yet.
But it's a System Shock game. It's very good. It has one of the strongest openings to a video game I've ever played. Ever.
All right. So Gamers Nexus reviewed the Intel 11700K. Also, Intel, fuck off with your naming. Anyway,
hey, listen, AMD is not much better.
They're not much better, but
it is better.
But wow,
it's not much better.
So the weird thing with the 11700K and a few other Intel processors here is that they released to retail about a month before the embargoes were supposed to lift for reviews. So
whoa.
So a lot of the reviewers have just been saying screw it and buying the chip at retail and then reviewing it that way.
Yeah.
And so Gamers Nexus acquired one from France, which is one of the places where it is now available, and reviewed it. Suffice it to say that the 11700 does slightly better than the 10700 in professional workloads, and is slower in games than the 10700, and no one seems to know why. And it uses more power, like a lot more power. So,
oh no!
Yeah. That's
sad.
It unfortunately gets roundly trounced by every AMD CPU from the new generation. Trounced. Sorry.
Yeah, when we say every, it's like the 5600.
Yeah, 5600X beats it in almost everything.
This is $280 CPU.
And
you're going up against, like, how much is this thing?
I have
$600.
I have no idea. I think they said 450, but it's like it just doesn't match. It doesn't hold up.
No.
So
Why wouldn't you just go get? I mean, the answer why you would not go get a 5600X is
can't buy
because
one.
you can't find one.
Everyone wants that CPU. But yeah, Gamers Nexus, who are not always the meanest out there, summed it up by
they're very like neutral.
yeah, very clinical, very
Gamers
neutral.
Nexus is like here's what it is.
Yeah,
You guys can form your own opinions.
Steve from Gamers Nexus summed up his opinion of the 11700K as being a waste of sand.
Wow. Wow.
Rough.
That's incredible. That is actually incredible.
Oh yeah.
Man.
So it's good.
Intel. What's
Intel
going on over there?
Intel also mentioned today. I saw some headlines. They are insisting they are going to reinstitute their TikTok cycle, and that they will regain absolute processor dominance in 4 years.
4 years after AMD has permanently solidified themselves as the industry leader.
I somehow first of all, that's a really long time. Second of all, I don't believe them.
Zen 4 is going to be out.
Zen 5 will be out by then.
Ugh.
Because Zen 4 is probably next year. So
Yeah.
like you're talking like
we're getting the
like,
iteration of Zen 3 this year.
Well, Zen 3 is already out, yeah.
Yeah, the iteration.
Oh yeah, the iteration, yeah. But yeah, so you know, it'll probably they're probably talking about trying to outcompete Zen 5 or 6, and I just don't believe them. So we'll see how that goes. Things are not, and the funny thing is, Intel still makes tons of money, but in terms of mind share, they're having a rough couple years.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean they lost Apple.
Uh-huh.
They've been putting out these not great CPUs that are very much like status quo, and in this case a step backwards.
Quo, yes. Just rough.
What's going on over there, Intel?
Yeah.
It's to the point where like people I know who are super Intel diehards are now considering AMD.
Well, David was
first time.
super Intel diehard. Yeah, I mean,
I was a pretty Intel diehard. I had a 7700K that lasted me forever.
Mm-hmm.
And it literally, like, just one of my cores is like, you know what? I'm done. You have
I've given up.
driven me to death. I am finished. After like 6 years of constant use. And it was just like, nope, I'm done. And then Intel had no good options, so I bought a 3950X. It's done me well.
Yeah, I'm sure it has.
Yep. I don't even have to think about my CPU.
No, it's just fast.
My bottleneck right now is I have 32 gigs of RAM.
Gotta get that 64 going.
Yeah.
So I didn't have this on our document, but I figure we might as well chat about it briefly.
Sure.
A couple points about Cyberpunk 2077.
Yes.
So they, I don't know, is it out yet? The 1.2 patch?
It is not.
It is not. It's coming out very soon.
Yes. They had to put it on hold because they were victims of a cyber attack, which is the cyberpunk got hacked.
I know.
One of my favorite headlines of all time.
Apropos, you know.
Only for the irony am I laughing. I feel for those developers
Oh
greatly.
God,
That cannot be an easy situation to have to deal with.
just rough. Just rough.
But the irony is too good.
But yeah, the 1.2 patch is coming soon. They talked about how it's going to fix the police and what was the other big? Oh, and you'll also be able to tune the driving to suit what you prefer, and also you'll be able to unstick your vehicles from obstacles, which is nice.
It's also to tune it into to be able to tune it to the controller you're using.
Mm-hmm.
Because you might be on mouse and keyboard, you might have a wheel, you might have a controller, all kinds of things.
The other thing is, not that this is a huge shock or anything, but Cyberpunk's sales are pretty bad this year so far. And I don't think that's a surprise to anybody.
No.
A lot of the industry people are basically saying that it seems like Cyberpunk or the CD Projekt Red is basically just going to relaunch the game when they do the next generation, when they do the next gen patch towards the end of this year.
Yeah. Well, and here's the thing too, is like The Witcher 3 sold well at launch and then just didn't stop.
Yeah.
Cyberpunk was like a crazy peak, like outdid Witcher 3's opening sales almost twofold.
Yeah, by a huge
amount. And Cyberpunk also hasn't gone on sale either. So
yeah, it has a few times actually.
Like $10.
Not
I'm
heavily,
talking like 50%. Yeah.
Yeah, not heavily.
So and it's also a single player game. So the people who wanted to play it at launch probably own it right now. Everybody else is probably just waiting for either a sale or a good patch. So yeah, their sales not being good in 2021 is not surprising at all.
No, it's not a shock, but it is something to note. They really haven't sold many copies this year. There were around 500,000 copies sold since the start of the year.
Yep,
which is much lower than they probably would have expected if things had gone well at launch. So yeah, not a shocker at all. I do expect that game to rebound, and honestly, CD Projekt Red has shown in the past they do support their games for very long times. So it wouldn't surprise me at all if in like a year and a half, Cyberpunk is like the top-selling game all of a sudden.
Yeah. Well, remember, they're working on that multiplayer thing.
Yeah, they are too. And that's a totally separate game, actually. So,
I want the anime very badly.
Yeah.
Please don't cancel the anime. Please.
I doubt they would.
Please.
Also, animes take a long time to make. It'd be really bad to cancel it.
Yeah. It's being made by one of my favorite animation studios ever. Like, you could not have picked a better studio to make a cyberpunk anime. There's no one better. It's Studio Trigger, man. Oh.
And
they're the big robot people.
On the topic of CD Projekt Red, I just completed rewatching The Witcher on Netflix, and I know it's
nice.
I know it's not directly related to the game, but it might as well be.
I love
same universe.
I love that show so much.
Show
so good.
Was really, really, really excellent. If you haven't watched it, go watch it. And the second season is coming out this year. So
they're doing a prequel season first too.
A whole season?
4 episodes.
Oh, 4
episodes. Like, wow. Yeah, like 4 or 5 episodes, yeah.
Is this like animated or live action?
I don't know, actually.
Let's Google.
But it's about Vesemir, I think?
Vesemir, yeah. All right, they were super. All right, they were super happy with how well it did, so they were creating these spin-offs and stuff.
Yeah.
Um. Oh right, they also announced that they're doing an entirely new show too.
Yeah. The
Which
elves.
yeah, which is called The Witcher Blood Origin.
Yeah.
Um.
Wicked.
So much stuff. Prequel series.
I still need to watch the Pacific Rim anime that came out.
You should do that, sir.
I should. I like big stompy robots.
I want a prediction from you.
Okay.
You are a game industry professional and a
Sure.
gaming expert. I shall
Sure.
proclaim you.
I guess.
If you had to guess, when do you think The Witcher 4 is coming out?
Like a full video game?
Yeah, I'm talking like the sequel to The Witcher 3.
I don't think it'll be for a long time.
Like 2026?
Maybe later than that.
Really?
Yeah, because they definitely were like kind of framed Blood and Wine as like the send off for Geralt.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think it'll be a long time.
So, I'm not entirely sure. I'm not entirely sure which series you were talking about there, but they are doing one called The Witcher: Nightmare of the Wolf, which is an animated spin-off film,
That's Vesemir.
which is the origin story of Vesemir.
Yeah.
Um,
And then
So, yeah,
there's
that should be
the
pretty cool.
elf one. And then there's The Witcher
Mhm.
season 2.
I actually think The Witcher season 2 is going to come out first, and then you'll see those other ones come down the line.
I thought the Vesemir one was supposed to come out first.
Oh, is it Nightmare of the Wolf?
Yeah. Because Vesemir is in season 2, and they were going to use
Oh,
it
they're
as,
going to
like,
use it to
to
introduce
his
the
character.
Yeah, that makes sense. Oh, okay, yeah. It's by the way, so it is a film. It's an hour and 21 minutes long, and it is expected to
it's
come
a
out this year.
film.
Yeah, it's a movie.
Well, then that's cool.
Animated movie, and it's they're just saying this year, but yeah, probably right before the season 2.
I like it.
So one of the things, I mean, we don't know a lot about The Witcher 4, except that it seems as though, based on rumors, it is being made right now. One of the things that CD Projekt Red had said was that the extreme success of The Witcher 3 and the enormous amount of money they made off of it allowed them to double the size of their studio, and then they split in half and they created another team so they can make 2 games at once. One of those teams...
they were a one game studio.
Yeah, up until then.
I just thought the second game was Gwent.
No, from all reports, it is The Witcher 4, and they decided to start making it because they were like, well, it's going to take forever anyway.
CD Projekt Blue.
So I do think that we'll see it, but that game's going to
CD
take
Projekt Green.
for money.
CD Projekt Black.
So I think that we'll see it probably in the 2025-2026 timeframe. Mostly because that game has to be bigger and better than The Witcher 3. And geez, that's not going to be fun at all.
Nope.
and you know, arguably Geralt is gone. So like
arguably he is.
So what do you do, you know?
Yeah.
It's very interesting, and I'm curious to see what they do. I know that they had originally planned to just finish with The Witcher 3. That was
just
gonna be
merge The Witcher and Cyberpunk. You already put in the story hook. Just do it.
Just call it Cyber Witch.
Yeah. Series Adventures through Night City. I'd play that game.
Oh man, everyone would play the game. Oh. All right.
I want to play.
So,
I want to play Cyberpunk again. I love that game.
Man. All right. Let's move on to segment.
Free
Get your-
stuff.
Get y'all free shit.
Yeah. EGS this week has The Fall. Very good game. I have not played the sequels, but I liked the first one.
So I did a quick read of some reviews of that game, and they seem to all surround that it had a very good story and not very good gameplay. Does that sound reasonable?
Yes, but the gameplay's not like obscene.
Mm-hmm.
I would say
It's okay.
it's fine. Story is
It's
incredible. Story is incredible.
It actually
It's
won.
worth it.
It actually won a game of the year for its story.
Yeah, it's worth it.
yeah.
And
And
then
all of the PlayStation
Sony.
games.
Yeah. So I don't remember what games they did last year, but it was kind of like a, hey, pandemic is happening. Here's some games. Stay home, you dummies. That was Sony's whole thing. I think Ratchet and Clank is still free until the end of this week. But then they're adding like a bunch of games. Hold on. PlayStation at Home, I think is what it's called. Play at Home. Yeah. March 25th, they are giving away for free, 100% free 99. No PlayStation Plus or nothing required. You just go to the store and you click the button. Abzu, Enter the Gungeon, Res Infinite, Subnautica, The Witness, Astrobot Rescue Mission, Moss, Thumper, and Paper Beast. All of those games are free. And then on April 19th, Horizon Zero Dawn is free.
Play that game. If you haven't played it, play it.
Good
Play
Lord, play that game. All of those games are available on both PlayStation 4 and 5. So it does not matter which console you have.
I did something.
You also can claim them now, even if you don't have the console. Just make a PlayStation Network account that you will eventually use for your console, and you can grab the games on the website.
Do you want to laugh at me, Jake?
What?
Do you want to know what I did?
What did you do?
I didn't quite get finished with Horizon Zero Dawn before I sold my PS4.
And you didn't upload your save, did you?
Oh, I did, but now I can't get I thought I could get a PS5 right away and continue playing.
Oh.
It's been 6 months. I check every single day for PS5s. I'm almost done. I'm like, just need to do like part of the expansion. I think is all I have left. But
you gotta follow Wario64 on Twitter. That man will let you know.
Will he? Wario64,
Yeah.
hey? In Canada?
I mean, odds are it's like Best Buy is selling PS4s. You know? I follow him. If he posts when things go on sale. And if you look at his history, most things.
Wow.
Yeah. I actually greatly enjoy his Twitter account. Also because he's a big meme lord. So like very small things he'll do, like sleepy dogs. It's not sleeping dogs. It's sleepy dogs. And then anytime it's a Kingdom Hearts game, there's just an image of Woody like holding Sora back, and Woody's like, I'm gonna kill whoever's in front of me. And it's just one of the most hilarious images on the internet. I'm gonna send it to you. Hold on. Kingdom Hearts 3 Woody.
Wow, you gotta be careful
Images.
with that.
View image. There we go. Look at that. He posts this image every time he posts a sale for Kingdom Hearts because it's truly funny.
You sent it to me, or did you put it into putting it in Twitch chat?
I put it in Discord, but also I'll put it in Twitch chat. There you go. I got timed out by Nightbot.
Son of a bitch. All right, I'll put it in Twitch chat. That will work.
This is very funny to me. But yeah, so lots of free games for nothing. They ask you to make an account so you can claim it. That's it.
That sounds fair.
Yeah.
And yes, I know I broke the cameras.
You did break the cameras.
We'll be back just momentarily. There we go. There we go. So now you have free stuff.
Yeah.
All courtesy of us. It's all us doing it.
Yes.
It has nothing to do with all these
we
other
have
platforms.
Struck the deals with
Exactly.
PlayStation and Tim Sweeney. I called him on his cell phone. Tim, hey, Tim, what's going on? Can you give away the fall for free this week? Yep. Thanks.
Well, you are a game
Me and
industry
Tim, we're
professional,
close.
Jake.
We're close.
It's only a matter of time.
Yeah. I'd hang out with him more, but pandemic and all that.
Yeah, of course. Everyone's having trouble hanging out right now.
Yeah. Can't do it. Tim Sweeney.
All right. So another thing I wanted to kind of touch on very quickly, because I think it's interesting in the broader gaming environment. So we haven't really hid the fact that we're extremely big fans of Xbox Game Pass.
Very.
And I was thinking recently, there are like 20 million subscribers, which is a lot.
Crazy.
A lot. That's a lot. Netflix is at like 150 million, 120 million or something like that.
They almost have as many subscribers as Disney Plus.
Oh, I know. It's crazy. And
wild.
So just some interesting numbers here. Sarah Bond, who's an Xbox executive, shared some interesting information about why they're so excited about Game Pass over there at Microsoft. They are finding that people who have Game Pass spend 20% more time playing games. They play 30% more games, 40% more genres, and spend 20% more on gaming overall than people who don't have Game Pass.
That's cool.
Now you might be like, well, why the hell do I care about any of that as a consumer? Well, the reason you care about it is they're basically making a Netflix for games, and if it continues to be successful, they will continue to do it, and you'll get more and more and more and more stuff you can play for paying whatever $10 a month or something.
They've literally doubled the value of Game Pass overnight in the last week.
Oh yeah, with the number of games that have just come to Game Pass in the last week or two, it's crazy.
Insane.
Just crazy.
Insane. I'm currently I'm actually starting to play Ori and the Will of the Wisps again on Game Pass. What I like about it is what I like about Game Pass in general is the cloud save system is the best cloud save system of all time, because I can access my saves in 3 places: my computer, my Xbox, and my phone. The exact same save anywhere.
Just awesome.
And it's beautiful.
Just awesome.
It works seamlessly, as if it was N64 days and I popped out the cartridge and stuck it in my cell phone somehow. That's what it feels like.
Yeah.
Cuz like you know when you like go to your friend's house and you had like your cartridge games and you would bring your cartridge and it would still be all your saves because it was saved to the cartridge.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it feels like. Except instead of going to my friend's house, I'm going to my living room.
You don't have to worry about having a whole different save. Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah. It's great.
I definitely understand the more genres thing too, because I've started to play games I would never normally have paid money for.
Yeah, because they're there, man.
Because they're just there.
They're just there.
I played a game called whoa, my brain just totally lost it. Okay, I'll come back to that. But I've also played a bunch of Madden, which I haven't played Madden in like a decade but I have it. So why the hell wouldn't I? I'm probably gonna play FIFA, and I'm probably gonna play I downloaded just because I'm curious, and I literally have no idea how the game is played in real life. There's a cricket game for EA Sports. I'm totally playing that because I have no idea what the fuck I'm doing.
Yeah.
It'd be great.
If you have Game Pass, the game that everyone must play right now is Titanfall 2.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Play that game. 5 hours long. You'll play it in a Saturday afternoon.
And I mean, I have this really weird relationship with a game that I recently played a bit of, which is again, game I would never pay money for. Rory McIlroy's PGA Tour or whatever golf
is that
game.
Why you were telling me about the grass?
Holy Christ, the graphics in that game are horrible. Like off the scale bad. But it's weird. Like they're not
obviously just did not have the budget.
They're not all terrible, but the grass is like the grass isn't even stalks of grass because it's so badly aliased that you just get a bunch of like pixels, and it is just rough. It's rough.
Oh.
But the funny thing, it was so funny because I was so turned off by that when I started playing. But the game's actually not bad, and it's kind of relaxing to play. It was just so after a few hours, I was kind of like, this is all right. But wow, do those graphics ever pull you out of your experience every once in a while? You look at it and you're like, just gross. Which is weird. It's an EA Sports game. You'd think they'd just use the engine they already have. But whatever.
Probably hasn't been updated since their last golf game, though.
Probably not. Regardless, that was about the last thing I wanted to touch on. Do you have anything else that you wanted to talk about?
Nope. That's it.
Nope. We're good.
Yep.
So couple things to cover. Saturday, the Star Citizen show with me and David and Shiver will
same
be
time.
Same time. So 9 p.m. Eastern time on Saturday.
Right here.
Right here.
Follow. Smash the bell.
Follow using the heart.
Love the bell. Marry the bell. Have children with the bell.
That's pretty aggressive, Jake.
Okay.
You
can just click on it also if you want.
Yeah, you could. Yeah, for sure. Other thing of note, there is a actually, I mean, it's of note, but not something most people here are going to care about. There is a SpaceX launch tonight, but it's at like 4:30 in the morning Eastern time, I think.
Oh.
Pretty rough. But yet another Starlink launch. So providing that worldwide internet, which is already making huge waves. And Thursday probably we will see the next Starship launch.
Nice.
So that one's gonna be fun and interesting, and will be exciting regardless of what happens. Hopefully
we'll
not.
Find out.
But very likely.
Listen, we all hope that it doesn't, but we all secretly hope that it does.
We really don't mind when it explodes.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Mm-hmm. Oh man.
Yeah. Hey,
yeah.
in my world, I got a roadmap update tomorrow.
Wow, you sound excited about it too.
Well, honestly, don't be. There's not a whole lot.
There's not much.
No.
How about the following? No, no, you can't talk about that.
You should be prepared for the publish on the 7th. I will say that much.
Okay, what do I need to prepare? Do you like a snack and a beverage?
Fresh underwear.
Okay, fresh underwear. Got it.
Just not because of what's coming. You just should wash your underwear. It's just good life advice.
All right, and with that note, we're